This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, Brother Mike back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thank you for tuning into the program today. Welcome to Arizona Deliverance Center. Welcome to KXXT Christian Radio. The Archbishop of Wales today on Hardcore. Call somebody and tell them the radio program's on, would you? Thanks for helping out the ministry. 2026 off to a bang. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's the red brick building. HardcoreChristianity.com's website. You'll see all of our ministry services. Let's take it from the top. Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock is my podcast to my shut-ins and all my friends. 3 o'clock Sundays is our worship service at the Deliverance Center. Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings are Zoom services. Send me an email, Mike at HardcoreChristianity.com, and I'll send you all the information about the Zoom services. Tuesday night is Ladies' Night at the Deliverance Center, 6:30 p.m. for the live service. We also have live services Thursday and Friday for everybody at 7 o'clock. We have a monthly healing service on the last Friday of the month. Man, you wouldn't believe the people getting healed in those services. It's been quite remarkable. Please remember to hit the PayPal button and send another donation and keep us on the air for another 25 years as I come up to my silver anniversary next year. May God richly bless you. The Archbishop of Wales. Wow, the Anglicans have got themselves in some hot water. You know what happened. You read about it. The first openly lesbian archbishop in Christian history was recently elected as the Archbishop of Wales. She was the Bishop of Monmouth and was elected on July 15th of 2025 as the Archbishop of Wales. Her name is Sherry Van. She's 67 years old. She lives with her partner, Wendy, and their 2 dogs. They have 2 puppies. Okay? Wow, what a story this was. She's openly gay, and it has caused a pretty significant Anglican rift, as you might imagine. Not going smoothly, as you might imagine. They interviewed her, Christian Magazine, and Van told the people that she always knew she was gay when she was even a child. She always knew she was a lesbian. And she had never heard God say to her, "You are wrong, what you're doing is wrong, or it's a sin." And it's a sin to love who you love. She never heard God say that, so she assumed God was okay with it. God doesn't speak everything to us, as you well know, audibly or mentally or in dreams. His number one method of speaking to you is through His Word. And Romans chapter 1 clearly says that lesbianism is a sin. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't send me a bad email saying, "Hey, Brother Mike, you're a bigot and a pig and a this and that." I'm just repeating what the Bible says. Don't shoot the messenger. Well, what happened was Van got elected because her predecessor, Andrew John was his name, he resigned in June of 2025 after only 3.5 years in office. Why was that? Well, his ministry staff and his ministry team was rife with sexual perversion. All kinds of sexual misconduct, blurring, bullying, blurred sexual boundaries, alcoholism, excessive drinking, partying, It was a whore's night out with Reverend Andrew John. Well, he got caught and he got fired, and Van took his place. And they interviewed her, as I mentioned in a magazine. She said the church in Wales is working very hard to welcome LGBTQ people, but I also respect that there are people in the Church of Wales who find that this is really difficult. Some, sadly, have felt the need to leave, and I take that very seriously, Van said. She was elected last summer by the Electoral College of the Church, composed of clergy and lay members. And the Church of Wales, by the way, became an Anglican communion and a part of the Anglican community in 1920. That's how long they've been involved in it. But this thing has caused an eruption, and a lot of people are leaving the church. They can't believe it happened because this is a woke agenda that is now infiltrating the churches, and it's not just the Anglican churches. The Archbishop of Canterbury is a huge supporter of homosexuality. King Charles III appointed Dame Sarah Maloney as the first female Archbishop of Canterbury, and she's a huge lesbian supporter. She's going to be installed later this year, 2026. A lot of stuff getting out of hand now. But the devil's behind it, and he's controlling the Anglican churches and the evangelical churches. Really, in almost any other church you can imagine. He just used different methods. He controls the churches, but he just controls them differently. See, the devil abides by the old saying, you can fool some of the people all the time and all the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. You got to keep doing it differently. And that's how the devil sees it. Well, she's getting some blowback, particularly from the Global Fellowship of Confessing Anglicans. Reverend Laurent Mabanda issued a statement after her appointment. She said it was an act of apostasy and another painful nail in the coffin of Anglican orthodoxy. And she cited the warning Paul gave in Romans chapter 1, verse 26. Do you remember that? Anybody remember that verse? I think you did. It says, God gave them up to vile affections. Atimia is the Greek word for vile there. It means dishonorable. Pathos is the Greek word for affections in that verse. Passions. Dishonorable, disgraceful passions. God gave them up for that. For even their women changed the natural use. Physikos is the Greek word for natural there. It means physical use. Changed the physical use into that which is against nature. Likewise, the men, leaving the natural use, Greek word physikos. Physikos means physical. The natural use of the women, burned in their lust one toward another. Men with men, doing that which is unseemly. Greek word means indecent. And receiving in themselves the recompense of the error, which was meat, Greek word day, which means appropriate. Right there in Romans chapter 1, it says, look, we got a problem here. Your desires for someone who is of the same sex is lust demons. I've been a counselor for over 40 years. Here's what happens. Evil spirits are let into a family usually through the sins of the parents. The demons then infect the kids after they've infected the parents. Sometimes they infect them in the womb. And as the child grows, if they have picked up a lust demons, those lust demons try to abort your normal human sexuality. And these demons give you same-sex desires. It usually doesn't come to fruition unless there's some abuse in the family. In almost every one of these cases I've seen, there's been some form of familial abuse. And here it is. They grow up, they think they're gay, they think they were born gay, and they then act out on it when they become adults. And when you act out on it, while you are performing anal sex, while you are performing oral sex on someone of the same sex, you're picking up more demons while you're committing this sin. In the same way a heterosexual would pick up demons if they went to a prostitute, and in the same way a heterosexual would transfer demons into a child if they molested them, demons transfer back and forth between people through sexual sin. Couldn't be any more easy to understand. Couldn't be. When one person rapes another person, demons transfer into that person's body through the trauma, and they end up being a carrier of spirits. That's what happened here in this case. And the person thinks they're gay because if it happens when they're young, they've never known anything else but urges for the same sex. Here's the good news. Once these demons are out of your body can heal and return to normal heterosexuality. If you go to an orgy, you will pick up demons, 100%. Look at P. Diddy. Diddy's been in so many orgies, it's been unbelievable. He is loaded with demons. He has satanic rage. He has satanic lust. If you're struggling with these type of demons, 602-636-5800, call me. I'll put you on the counseling schedule. You can come in and get delivered from these evil spirits, and you can have your sexuality restored to where it should have been when you were born. And you can get rid of these demons and this sin once and for all, for God is with you, and He wants to help you. 602-636-5800. See you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.